we are talking about the cold temperatures and the hard freeze warning that's in effect, and the number of homes that have had flooding because pipes have burst.
I have lived in my current home in Granite Bay for 19 years, and this weekend, for the first time, I repaired a pipe that broke because of cold weather.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the real deal. In fact, let's make that story #1, shall we?
That's right, and we're going to check in right now with Darren Peck, who is tracking those cold temperatures. Good morning, Darren.
Sabrina, would you believe me if I told you we're anywhere from 4 to 7 degrees warmer than we were yesterday right now?
I say you're full of hogwash.
Yeah.
Hot air. It's hot air.
On the streets of Seattle looking for a fight of sorts. Let the mayhem of snowball throwing begin. 800 miles and 5 months later, a touching reunion in Southern California for this lucky dog with the appropriately fitting name, Lucky. The Pomeranian from LA was actually found wandering the streets of Sacramento. And after 5 months, Dennis Shanahan tells us that Lucky's owner probably never thought she'd ever see her dog again.
The ending for Lucky the puppy.
And what a jerk someone was for not turning the dog in and not having enough reward money.
And how did Lucky get here? I don't know.
We have some breaking news out of Old Sacramento, where there are reports that several cars have been vandalized. Elisa Becerra is live on the scene with details. Elisa, we saw some video earlier of some tires being flattened. Anything else there?
A local man looking for the child author of a rule book.
So one of the rules in it, just to give you an example, don't bite the dentist.
Great advice.
Right? Stuff you can use. Story #2, also new this morning. A suspect driving a stolen car slams into a church in Sacramento. Officers found the car in an alleyway behind the intersection of Rio Linda Boulevard and Eleanor Avenue. Investigators say the suspect ran off but left his ID on the passenger seat. And so, things that you learned from movies, I was thinking of when I'm painting this up and down like you'd see on The Karate Kid. So we're talking about refinishing and basically restoring old worn chairs, bringing them back to life, and of course our do-it-yourself expert, Sue Monday. Tell us about this, because when I think, okay, it looks like it's in worse shape than it actually is, but it's pretty easy to bring it back.
Yeah.
So I am with Brandon Daniels, and you are the owner of?
All the Way Fit.
Yes, his own business. And one of the things that you're talking to us about, I mean, obviously, the big New Year's resolution, I want to lose weight, and then people kind of drop off, or they just can't afford it.
Yeah.
But you have a way of doing your own boot camp at home. Well, to avoid overexposure to harmful UV rays, you may want to step outside while you're at work. Researchers at Stony Brook University on Long Island say compact fluorescent lights, those little squiggly light bulbs, the energy-saving ones found in most offices, may exceed your daily dose of UV radiation in as little as 5 hours. But let's be honest, just about everything gives you cancer these days, it seems. It is absolutely freezing. You just saw Darren out here in his big puffy coat, and I'm with Sue Monday once again. And Paul, you just experienced this past weekend. Your pipes burst. 19 years in your own house. Pipes finally burst. Yes.
Oh, that's awful.
Isn't that terrible?
Yes.
So how do we have an example here of an exposed pipe. How do people preserve it so what happened to Paul doesn't happen to everyone else at home?
So you can buy these foam covers.
They're not pool noodles.
They're not pool noodles.
So earlier we told you about a SWAT standoff at a Modesto gas station. It was about 4 hours long, and the suspect was eventually arrested. But there was something else that was happening in the crowd as the standoff was going on that may raise some eyebrows.